My name is Rob Hayes. I'm the Public Services Director and City Engineer for the City of Novi. I'm standing at the Meadowbrook Lake Dam site near the corner of Ennis Shore and 9 Mile Road. This is a site of a successful project that the city undertook over the last couple of years. About 2/3 of the landmass within the city drains to the Middle Rouge River, which is what you see behind me. The dam itself here is actually an impoundment. It temporarily holds water and then slowly releases it over time. So it's critical because of the fact that so much of the city is impacted by this dam that the city took it upon itself to take a look at potential risks involved with flooding. We did some hydraulic modeling to determine the impact, if any, if there were a 100-year storm event that were to hit the city of Novi. Now, a 100-year storm is of such intensity and duration that it would cause Meadowbrook Lake to overtop the dam. And the modeling proved that out, so we knew at that time that we needed to take some measures to mitigate that should it happen in the future. We worked with an engineering consultant to develop a design, and we met with the Meadowbrook Lake Homeowners Association as well as members or residents within that association. And the reason for that is, in order for us to do the work, we needed to secure easements or land rights, actually, to build the project.
My name is Brian Coburn. I'm Engineering Manager for the City of Novi. I'm going to talk more about the technical aspects of the project. We started looking at this project back in 2005 as part of a stream bank stabilization project that we did just downstream of the dam. And part of the technical report indicated that there may be some capacity issues with the dam.
My name is Lynn Colton, and I am the former Director of Civics for the Meadowbrook Lake Subdivision Association. And I've been involved with this project with the homeowners and the city since 2008, when the project first came to our attention. We were told that the dam did not meet the 100-year flood requirements and that the berm over the dam would need to be elevated, as well as the swale would need to be constructed through 3 of our homeowners' properties, as well as a 4th individual owner who had property around the dam.
My name is Jim Hess. I work for URS Corporation in Southfield, Michigan. We're one of the city engineers for the City of Novi, and my project here was to provide the construction administration for the Meadowbrook Dam renovation project. Although it's not visible right now, this place was a total mess 6 months ago. The project included raising the dam and the berm 18 inches in the construction of an emergency overflow structure through the neighboring backyards adjacent to this site. It also included the removal of some failing concrete embankment and replacement with riprap stone, all necessary to help to avoid erosion.
There's a natural swale that occurred on the west side of the dam that we wanted just to improve to increase the capacity so we wouldn't have to disrupt the park and disrupt the existing structure. So we improved that swale a little bit, made it a little bit wider, made it so the flow would come through a little bit easier and not impact the property owners as much. We also increased the elevation of the embankment, which is the actual dam itself, by a foot to make sure that we had a factor of safety built into the dam so that we didn't have a chance of overtopping.
It was important that we got a plan that had the least amount of negative impact to the residents, as well as easement language that was protective of the homeowners' personal property rights.
My name is Ben Croix. I'm a civil engineer with the City of Novi. And I was involved initially in the initial stages of this project. One of the primary functions was to initially talk to the residents that would be involved in the project and let them know how the project would impact them.
Being that it was in the middle of a subdivision park in people's backyard, it was noted that it could be a little troublesome. And when I started, I figured the best thing to do is just be upfront with people and let them know what's going on. Construction in itself, the unknown is what bothers people.
Initially, they were very receptive to the project, but then as we moved along with the project and as they learned more, they became more apprehensive about how their property would be affected and what the actual easements meant that they would be giving up for the project.
It was about a 2-year period that we were negotiating with the city to try to minimize the size of the dam and to ensure that the proper easement language was constructed. As with any project, it's only as good as the people that you have working on it. And we were very fortunate to have Jim Hess, who's the URS on-site supervisor, and Dominic Vanny from VIL Construction to be on site. And not only were they there during the whole project, but they met with us before the project started and assured all the residents that all of their concerns would be taken into consideration. But they were there on a daily basis to answer questions, to help people understand the why, the how, the when. And this, to me, was just so important to this project. I believe it was their integrity, their knowledge, and their accessibility to the residents and to the individual homeowners that made this project a success.
So somebody would come by, take a peek, we offered them information. So we're just looking and, oh, what's that guy doing there? Well, that's the start of this that is going to dewater this to allow them to do that. Oh, that makes sense. We had certain people that would come by every night just to take a peek and ask some more questions. And what are you going to do tomorrow? Are you on schedule? Yes, we are, and everything has gone fine. And we seem to have the public appeased. The project had many twists and turns. Obviously, when you have a dam and you have flowing water, one quick rainfall could change the water level here and make it extremely difficult on the contractor. They favored the storms. They always came up with an alternative. They had a backup plan in place that we could get work done. There was very little or no hassle with the contractor. The work proceeded as was expected.
This project is the pinnacle of working with residents and the city and homeowners and getting their input and listening to them. And I would just recommend that the city continue to do this in any future project that they have.